Hello guys and welcome to another Carsexposed video. I think quite a few people had a nostalgic moment with this car, including myself. And today we're gonna get an MOT ready, or sort out the problems that failed in MOT. So this is a Vauxhall Astra 96 Mark III. A couple problems. First one that failed in MOT is our outer tie rod end. And let's see if I can show you. Then another thing that failed, quite a few rusty bits, so there's a hole there, and you can see it was repaired before with some filler or something like that. Underneath here, the same thing, and it's missing an aerial. This is not an MOT failure obviously, but I'm gonna sort that out as well. It has one of those electric aerial, and it was running at all times, and it was removed because it was draining the battery. I've got my friend's welder here because I don't own a welder, and to be honest with you, I've never done any welding before, but I have a friend of mine which was a professional for a long time with heavy gauge stuff. He doesn't have much experience with vehicles, but probably better than me doing it. So he's coming around in about half an hour, and we're gonna try to weld this. Now I've ordered 2 outer tie rod ends, so I'm gonna change both sides, and because he's here in half an hour, I'm gonna start to clean up this. So I'm gonna start removing all this filler and prepare the area for some welding. Alright guys, so I've got my friend Emanuel here. Say hello, Emanuel.
Hello.
Right, so look at that. Looks very different than it was. So a big hole now, and I'm gonna try to make it better. At least better than what we had, all the filler inside there. We've got another sheet of steel here, and Emanuel is gonna do his magic for us. When I spoke to the owner, he just wanna obviously make it better. It's an old car, you know, if it lasts another couple of years, he's good with it. So yeah, we're gonna try to do our best. There you go, guys. So Emanuel just finished, so that's the end result. Nice and strong. So we just got to finish it up now with some primer. I've got some rust primer, and yeah. So, but no more holes. And then we've got some underbody paint as well, and yeah, that's good enough for us. Thank you very much, Emanuel.
You're welcome.
Right guys, so now I'm going to use some Hammerite rust beater, There's a primer as well, so we can put some stone chip paints afterwards. So don't know what's going on with my new phone, but it keeps turning itself off for some reason. I need to find out what I've done to it. So this is the first coat. So I'm gonna wait 15 minutes and then apply a second coat, and then we're ready for some stone chip paint. Alright guys, so job done there. I gave a second coat and started raining, unfortunately. So got the gazebo up, and now we're gonna concentrate on this outer tie rod end. I've got a new one here, and there are a few ways that you can do this job. I've seen people tackling this job in different ways. Obviously, tie rod end or the inner is pretty accessible. I'll try to get a shot of that. Just there, 2 bolts, and then you can remove the inner tie rod end, so it's pretty accessible. Another way, obviously you can access all the bolts from inside here of the engine bay. I'm just gonna do it through here. Hopefully it's not gonna be too seized, so I just cleaned the thread, sprayed some WD-40 there yesterday and today. And so we've got to remove this bolt here, these other bolts here, and then hopefully get it off. Right, so I'm going to remove this 13mm bolt that holds at the back there. Oh, wrong way. There we go. There we go. It's moving already. Now this is left-hand thread. I'll clean the threads underneath there. Ooh, that's not too bad. We're gonna mark the thread at the back here as well, just in case. And we're gonna undo it clockwise. Right, there we go. Yeah, it's exactly the same length, so it should be okay. Alright guys, so finally it's in. There's a bit of a hassle to put that in because inside, I'll show you inside here, it's not cut very well, so I wouldn't really recommend this star line. You can see a little bit of a paint there, and the other one wasn't really cutted properly towards the end, but a bit of a fight, we managed to do it. Right, put this bolt in, 13mm bolt, and then we've got this other one. Let's see if we're gonna have any luck with this bolt here, with this nut. There you go. Then you have the other 13mm. There we go. So that's the end result. Brand new ball joint, no movement. So I had to fight with it a little bit, like I mentioned. I wouldn't really recommend the star line, or just look at the thread there beforehand. The other one wasn't cut all the way, so basically the bolt did the rest of the job, and it's not really finished that well, to be honest. But yeah, we've got to do the other side, job done, and then we do the aerial. Alright guys, got this side done, so near side done as well. Brand new. This side was a pain. As you can see here, the one that was this side, I don't know, it seems to be newer, so the other one probably was changed before, but this one's super seized inside. Give you a bit of hassle, but it is a bit loose, to be fair. And if you look at here, it will start to crack all over the place, all around the rubber. So good decision changing both of. Obviously I would change both of them anyway, but Yeah, it's a good thing that we changed.
Alright, so last job here, guys. Obviously not an MOT failure, but this car has a electric antenna that we changed the other day. Well, that we removed the panel here the other day because this is the old area here. The motor just keeps running all the time, so you'll drain the battery and it's quite annoying, it's quite loud. There you go. The radio is off at the minute. You can probably hear that. So it just keeps running. It's a lot of rust here. Disconnected that. Whoa, there we go. So this is the old unit. What I've got to do now, I've got to transfer this bracket to the new one. It's the new one that we have, aftermarket. And I'm going to cut these 3 wires here because I wanna use the plug, and I'm gonna solder into this new loom here. And in our connector here, this red wire is constant power. The black one is radio on, and then this brown one here is our ground. So that's the other motor. Still got to remove the bracket. Right guys, so I've got our shrink tubing down the bottom there. So in this case, the new aerial has the red is constant power. So just gonna twist these two red to red here together, and I'll probably do the other ones as well. So green, and I think I mentioned it was black for the signal wire from the radio on and off, is actually black and white, and this green from the antenna is the signal wire. And then have our black, which is ground from the antenna, and brown on the plug, which is our ground. So nice and simple, just twist them together. Now we're gonna solder it, then after electric tape, shrink tubing, and yeah, that should be good. Right, so this wires, they are nice and clean actually. That will do. Now number 3. There you go. Now guys, I'm gonna apply some liquid tape. Yeah, my liquid tape is drying out a little bit, but it should be alright. Still quite liquid. Now I'm applying this because it's inside the panel there, and there's some signs of corrosion, so it will protect this connection here. Right, fully covered. I'm just gonna wait to dry now. Good 15 minutes. Alright, so job done. Looks pretty good. Now I'm just gonna cover, protect here with some cloth tape. Alright, so there we go. So essentially, just tidying up the cable. Looks a little bit more professional and protects the cable a little bit more. Right, so that is ready to go in the car. Now, another problem that we have, you see we have at the bottom here is threaded where this bracket is going to go, and the old one only had the screws here, and it just basically screwed into the plastic. So we're gonna have to find some bolts for that.
Let me remove this old cover here. It's ripping apart. Come on. There we go. And I've got an aftermarket one here. Seems pretty the same. Same size. Right, that's good. Right, so now I'm just following the instructions here. regarding the washer and the gasket and the retainer. I laid them all out here in order. This is ready. Put the brackets down there. I had to open that hole in the brackets a little bit more. I went and bought some stainless steel screws, so they're not gonna rust. So I've got a bunch of them here now, which is nice. Alright guys, so I tried every single combination of the washers and everything else. Nothing fits here comparing to the hole that I have inside. So the only thing that I can put at the top here is this nut, and it finishes off quite nicely. And that's it. I guess being aftermarket, you have different things for different models, so different shapes, and yeah, happy with that. Looks good. Yeah, I just got to connect it up, and the aerial, which I probably should have done when it was loose, it's going to be a little bit more tricky now. And then it's all done. Right, so all connected up. The question is, does it work? I'll put you guys on a tripod again. There you go. Hooray! All the way up. Does it go down? Hooray! Hooray! Perfect. And it stopped. Perfect. So good. It's not overrunning anymore and draining the battery. I just got to put all the panels back out. I'm not gonna bore you with that, but so that's fixed. And I just got to wait until it stops raining, and then I'll paint the repair here with some under seal paint. Right, so it's all finished, all the panels back together here. Just need to get boot light. Our repair here on the side turned out pretty good. Is it gonna win any body work competition? No, but it's nice and solid. And the owner of the car is just gonna paint it here. So we achieved what we wanted. So as you know, the outer tie rod end both replaced, the wheels torqued up, aerial. It's working, going up. It's pretty close to hit that boot lid. It just about misses. All right, so it's all the way up. Turn it off. There you go, so all the way down. Yeah, it looks really nice, much better. Let me get my paper out of the way. And my tape. So she's all finished up. She's going to put MOT tomorrow. If you want to know the results with the MOT, check out my Instagram, and I'll put the MOT test results in there. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any comments, just leave it below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.